Good Monday, everyone. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful day so far. I got a good one for you today. Our favorite environmental minister, Stephen Guilbeault, is back out and trying to convince Canadians that the carbon tax is a good thing. So, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. With no further ado, let's get into it.
I'm here to comment briefly, unfortunately, on the PBO's latest report on carbon pricing. And for your benefit, I would like to read you the first paragraph of the report. Considering only the fiscal impact of the federal fuel charge, PBO estimates that average household in each of the backstop provinces in 2030-2031 will see a net gain, receiving more from the Canada carbon rebate than the total amount they pay in federal fuel charge. That's what the PBO report says. So now's the time to clear the air on Pierre Poilievre's big lie to Canadian. He's been misleading Canadian. The PBO is very clear. More Canadians get money back from the Canada carbon rebate than what they pay. That's very clear. What is also clear is that our plan is working. We've never seen in our history before emissions go down at a time of full economic growth in this country.
So you mean all we need is a recession and increase in fuel prices and 7 years of a carbon tax, and now finally it's quote unquote working? I'd like to see the parliamentary budget officer's assessment on that, or the auditor general, or somebody who's actually saying that it's working. And another point, if you look 2 paragraphs down from where he read on the parliamentary budget officer's document, it clearly states out, when including the economic factor, there's a net loss for most Canadians. So he's clearly cherry picking, which he accuses the Conservatives of doing. But we'll look into that just a little bit later.
That has never happened before. We understand we need to do more, and we are doing more to fight climate change. Just yesterday, we announced new measures on taxonomy and disclosure. And next Tuesday, Canadians will receive the next quarterly payment of the Canada carbon rebate, and 8 out of 10 Canadian households where the federal system is applied will receive more money than what they pay. And what Pierre Poilievre is doing is putting tens of billions of dollars of annual investment at risk with his campaign, which is based on a lie. And it's time for him to come clean and apologize to Canadians for having misled them for so long. Alors, je vais répéter.
Why would he come back to Canadians and apologize for telling them the truth? You should apologize to Canadians for lying to them. That's what you're saying people should do. That if you lie to Canadians, you should apologize. So where's the apology, Guilbeault? Now, anyways, so this here's the parliamentary budget officer's document where he kind of lays out everything of what this carbon tax will cost Canadians. And so if we scroll up here, this table 1 is what Guilbeault is referring to, and it is the distribution of household net costs fiscal impact only. But if you scroll down just a little bit more and go down to the place where it says distribution of household net costs fiscal and economic impacts, it says clearly, in 2030 to 31, taking into consideration both fiscal and economic impacts, we estimate that the average household in each of the backstop provinces will see a net cost paying more in the federal fuel charge and GST, as well as receiving lower incomes due to the fuel charge. So, see a net cost, and they will be receiving lower incomes due to the fuel charge. Clearly, the parliamentary budget officer is laying it out black and white right there. compared to the CCR payments they receive and lower net taxes they pay due to lower incomes, in 2030 to 31, the net cost for the average household in a backstop province ranges from 0.5% of disposable income in New Brunswick to 0.7% of disposable income in Saskatchewan. And that's a lot of disposable income going to the government. And we know how much of that is going to admin and just being blown away on bureaucracy. So Guilbeault is the one lying to us, and the only one who's telling us the truth is Pierre Poilievre about how this thing's working. But I'll leave this in the description below, and you guys can go read the whole thing. Hopefully you do. Now, let's continue on with the question and answer period with Guilbeault.
The report also says that the industrial price on pollution is not only less costly, but it also reduces emissions by significantly more than the consumer price. Is there a way, why can't you, get rid of the consumer price and just strengthen the industrial price to make up for those emissions at a much lesser cost?
Our plan has more than 100 measures, and no single measure will enable us to achieve our 2030 targets. We need everything.
Because we need the taxes. We have no money, and we need the taxes from Canadians.
Consumer portion of carbon pricing is very important. It's going to provide at least 13 million tons. That's the equivalent of removing from our road 26 million vehicles by 2030. It's an important component. Yes, the industrial system gives us more emission reduction, but we need everything to get...
Less costly, so why not make up those emissions by strengthening the industrial
We are doing that. We've strengthened the industrial pricing system a little over a year ago. We're looking at what we could do furthermore going into the future. But if I start removing measures, then you'll be the first one to tell me, well, Minister, you're going further away from your targets. That simply doesn't work. David?
Can I just ask you, the overall conclusion from the PBO, from his briefing, from his report, is that, yeah, we made an error, but largely the conclusion was the same. When you look at the economic costs, when you look at the household costs, you're paying more. So essentially they were right. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that this was not a really big mistake?
That's not what this report says. And the report also says that he acknowledges that he does not take into account the economic benefits that are resulting from carbon pricing in Canada and those benefits to households, that he doesn't take into account the economic impacts to households.
Let's just pause a bit, and we just read that he just did say that. People are going to be earning less because of this fuel charge. That means it's going to be a hindrance to households. Black and white, people. Well, we can probably guess what he's going to say next.
Of climate change and natural catastrophes going up in this country. And hopefully in future reports he will be able to do that. But I think the first paragraph of this report is very clear. More Canadians get more money back than what they pay for carbon pricing. Une dernière question.
So, if the parliamentary budget officer can prove that certain weather events are created by humans because of climate change, and this is how much money that's costing us, then I will be the first one to say that I apologize, that we actually do get more back when this actually works, because like I said, it's been 7 years and now we're having massive hurricanes. We're still having a ton of worse and worse fires. So if it's natural disasters he's worried about, apparently the carbon tax ain't working. So that's one down. But like I said, if the parliamentary budget officer can say specifically that this wildfire was caused by humans and climate change, but this fire wasn't, and this fire would have happened anyways, then I will be the first one to come out and say, okay, then since he proved that if we reduce our reductions, there will be less forest fires, less hurricanes, and that means more money in our pocket, I'll come out and say that is awesome. And just a little, quick little something. They're saying, all this money, we're spending so much more money on all of these disasters. But whenever a disaster happens, you always come out and do this new weird, we'll match whatever is donated to a certain fire or a certain disaster. I don't remember the Harper government ever matching donations. They just gave money out. So I don't particularly think what you're doing after a natural disaster is spending the same amount of money on that as you're taking away from Canadians in the carbon tax. But that's just me. I'm just a dude on the internet who reads the news a lot and watches the news a lot. That's it. Anyways, I'm starting to rant, and I don't want to subject you guys to that. So please let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the carbon tax, and let me know if you think, if we continue on with this carbon tax train, if that'll lower the amount of natural disasters we have, or will it raise them? Well, not raise it, but will it at least hinder it? Or will it do nothing? Let me know. Also, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'm hoping for at least 400 subscribers by the end of the month. Other than that, have a great day.